Hello, this is Lila Rain, back with another video. As a regular Sims 4 player, I'm going to be ranking all the Sims 4 packs. So let me give a little background about my past with The Sims. I started playing The Sims back in 2012, I know, a long time ago, with The Sims 3. And started playing The Sims 4 back in 2014 when it came out. Back when it still costed money. I even have the premium edition of The Sims 4 because I was obsessed with it. Very young and dumb, honestly, but we're not going to get into that. So another little bit of information. The reason I'm calling myself a regular Sims 4 player is because I don't own all the packs. I'm way too broke for that. Well, I do have a lot of the older packs. As I got older and realized these are really expensive, I only bought them either as a bundle or when they were on sale. So that's the majority of what I have, as they were bought in bundles. And today's tier list was made by Maddie J. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Just look at them right there. So here are our 5 tier list. I am going to be ranking the ones I don't own. Here's our 5 tier list. First, at the very top, Need It. It's basically I cannot play The Sims 4 without having this pack. Self-explanatory. Second is Meh. It's more of a, I like it, but I don't need it, but I also don't hate it. So it's just meh. Third tier, Wasted Dollar. Because I wasted my money purchasing it, honestly. Because there are a couple that I did, sadly. And the bottom 2 are for the ones I haven't bought. Because I thought, might as well just rank the ones I haven't bought since there are a bunch I haven't bought. So fourth is Might Buy. I would consider buying it. I just haven't bought it yet because I don't got the money for that. And last tier list is Die Before Buy, because honestly, I would rather die before I buy it. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, the kits, because honestly, I know where all the kits are going to go. Okay, now that the kits are all in their correct place, they're all in Die Before Buy. Because, honestly, all the kits in The Sims 4 are just a cash grab. I solely believe that. I mean, like, why would you spend $5 for just a few items when you can spend $5 more and get a stuff pack that has gameplay, build, and clothing items? It's honestly, as someone who doesn't have a lot of money and who looks at the value of what you get and what you're spending your money on, I don't feel like the kits are a good way to spend your money on Sims packs. Okay, now we're just going to go in order of what's here on the list. So the first one, Sims 4. Obviously, Need It. I mean, it's free now, so why not get it? I am a little bit upset I spent so much money on it back in 2014, but it allows more people to be able to play it now. So if you don't have it, get it. It's free. Okay, first expansion pack that we have up is Snowy Escape. I do have Snowy Escape, and I find myself using Snowy Escape a lot. I really like their clothing items, and the furniture is pretty cheap. So I'm in between Meh and Need It because I don't feel like it. I'm gonna have to put in Meh. Even though I really do love all the clothes and furniture, I feel like I could live without it. Okay, next up, Cottage Living. Based on my gameplay styles, it's gonna have to be a need. I mean, I love doing the whole rags to riches country lifestyle gameplay. So for me, I do say I use it quite a bit. Next up, we have Outdoor Retreat. I don't own Outdoor Retreat. I have considered buying it solely for the vacation aspect, but I don't want to spend that much money right now just for vacations. Next, Spa Day. I'm sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to be brutally honest about this one. Wasted my money. I do like that they did a revamp on the pack recently, but even still with the revamp, I don't use it at all to justify spending money on it. I mean, the only thing I really ever use from this pack are the workout clothes. And is $20 really worth it just for like 2 to 3 outfits? No, it's not. So I wish I could have gone back to younger me and been like, don't buy it, but it doesn't matter anymore because I've already bought it. Okay, more brutally honest time. Dine Out. I do moan, and it's going in wasted money. I bought this actually maybe a year or two ago, and since then, I've actually never gone to a restaurant in The Sims 4. I always forget that they exist because there's never any in the actual worlds because you have to put the restaurants in yourself. And also, from what I've heard, other people have so much problems with restaurants that I've never really been incentivized to put a restaurant in my world for it to not even work. So, it's not that good. The next game pack we have is Vampires. I do own Vampires. And I'm gonna have to sadly put it in wasted money. The reason I say sadly is because I do feel like the vampires are really well drawn out in this game compared to The Sims 3. Like with all the powers and stuff you have is really cool. But I don't play with vampires at all. And the gothic architecture and the furniture items are just not my style of gameplay, so I don't ever use it. So it's in wasted money. And the next game pack, Parenthood. It's gonna go and need it. I'm a sucker for family gameplay. That is like one of my favorite things to do. My Sims always have some type of family going on. So any type of gameplay I love to have. So that's why it needs to be and needed. Next is Jungle Venture. I do have Jungle Venture, but I got it for free when I don't remember what it was called, but they were offering it for free a couple months ago, so I got it. And I've recently kind of been exploring more of the temple and exploring aspect of this pack with a super sim save that I'm doing on my personal time. And it's actually kind of interesting and fun because did have World Adventures in The Sims 3, and that is pretty fun too. So I'm going to put it in meh because I guess I didn't spend money on it, so I can't put wasted money. But even if I did spend money on it, I think I would have enjoyed it because even so, with the gameplay aspect is being really fun, I do like a lot of the furniture styles because that was one of the reasons I was tempted to buy it in the past, was solely for the furniture items. But now that I got it for free, I think it's pretty good. Okay, the next game pack we got, Strangerville. I don't own Strangerville, but it's gonna have to go in die before buy. Because to be completely honest, I don't really see, for me personally, anything appealing about Strangerville. I don't like the clothing. I don't like any of the furniture and build buy. And I already know what the secret is to that world. So, like, to me, there's not much of a point in getting it because I don't like anything about it. Another game pack, Star Wars. I mean, I feel like it's very self-explanatory, but if for those of you that don't know anything about The Sims 4 or the Star Wars game pack for The Sims 4, the Star Wars game pack is basically another cash grab. They teamed up with Disney to recreate one of the Star Wars themed worlds. Like what I've heard from other simmers is that it's literally the exact copy of what they have in the Disney world or land. I honestly struggle to remember the difference. Anyways, it's exactly that, and you can't go into like majority of the buildings. So unless you're obsessed with Star Wars, you're not gonna like it. And I'm not. I've only seen one movie, so will never be interested enough to purchase it. So now we got actually the very first expansion pack to The Sims 4, Get to Work. I do have Get to Work. I got it when it came out. And even though it is the very first Sims 4 expansion pack, I do think it's probably one of the best value for your money for all of the Sims 4, because it comes with so much stuff. It comes with 3 new in-person careers: doctor, scientist, and detective. Comes with aliens, which is a whole new life state, retail stores. It does come with a lot new clothes, which at the time were pretty good, but that was 2014, so they are very much a product of its time. So even though it does come with so much stuff, I'm gonna have to put it in meh, because I don't see it as something I need for every single household. But if you're looking for a new pack, I would suggest Get to Work. It is a pretty good expansion pack. Got another game pack, Realm of Magic. While the vampires was a lot lower on the list, I'm gonna have to go with meh, because I like the style that they gave the spellcasters. And also with the vampires, I really loved how they gave the tier list for the powers. I really love that concept. And if they ever add any more like occult in The Sims 4, they need to have that tier list of powers. It makes them stand out so much more, especially against the Sims 3 supernaturals. So I really enjoyed like the style and stuff. The next game pack, Dream Home Decorator. I do own this one, and I'm gonna have to say it's a need it. Even though I've never played with the career it comes with, I don't even know what it's called, honestly, but I use the furniture and clothing items in almost every single game. Like the decorations it comes with is like so unmatched to like all other packs, because it's just so detailed little stuff that we needed in The Sims 4 to just be able to add that little bit of clutter to our houses. So that's why it's gonna go and need it. So now we're finally starting into some stuff packs. But we're starting with the very first stuff pack that ever came out, Luxury Party. And it's gonna have to go and waste it money. I bought this one and very much regret buying it. If I could return it, I would. The clothing is ugly. The furniture items are even uglier. Would not recommend. Do not get this pack. And compared to all the other stuff packs, since it was the very first stuff pack, comparing it to the others, it literally has nothing in it. It's literally probably almost the size of a kit. That's how much stuff is in there. Literally nothing. The next stuff pack we got is Perfect Patio. While when it first came out, I probably would have rated this higher. But back 2 years ago, or 1 or 2 years ago, on The Sims 20th anniversary, they came out and gave every single Simmer a free hot tub. So while I think that is a cool idea, the sole purpose of me buying this pack was because of the hot tubs. Now I have no other purpose for this pack, so it's gonna go and waste some money. Okay, another stuff pack I own is Cool Kitchen. And as much like the very first couple of stuff packs, it's going and wasted money. The clothes, well, at the time they were probably cool, but now we're very dated and look very 2014, 2015 era-ish. So I no longer use any of it. And the furniture items, I might use the fridge and stove occasionally, but that's literally it. So $10 is not enough for literally to use only 2 items. The next pack is the Spooky Stuff pack. I don't own this pack and never will. It's literally just a pack of Halloween clothes, pumpkins, and to carve pumpkins. While we didn't have seasons yet or any holidays, it might have been a little bit cool to be like, oh, we can celebrate holidays, but there was no point because there was no actual holidays. And even now that there's holidays, I don't see a point in buying it. We already have costumes. Why do I need to spend $10 for more costumes? And our next pack, Movie Hangout. I do own this pack, and I'm gonna have to put it in meh, because I don't hate it, because I do really like the bohemian style it gives with all the clothing and furniture items, but I don't use it that often. I think it's another one of those packs where at the time when it came out, it was really good, but it became dated as time went on. But I do still find myself occasionally using some of the items, so I'm gonna have to put it in meh. The next pack, Romantic Garden. This is another pack I don't actually own, and it's gonna have to go in die before buy, because I don't find anything appealing from that pack. I don't like any of the clothes, and all the build buy is just plants, and I am not very good at placing plants, so I feel like that all the plants we have is enough and I don't need any more. And I don't need to spend $10 to get any more. The next pack, Kids Room. This is another pack I don't own, but it's actually going to go in might buy. I do like having more kid stuff in game, and I do find some of the stuff I like. It's just I don't have the funds for it, so I don't have it yet. But maybe one day I will. So the next pack, Backyard Stuff. This is also another pack I don't own, and like kid stuff, going in might buy. I do think some of the items are really cool and could see myself using them, but don't really want to spend the funds right now for it. Now we have another expansion pack. Get Together. I do own this expansion pack, and I know this might be a controversial opinion because I've heard some people don't like it, but it's a need for me, honestly. I love the world that comes with it. Windenburg is my favorite world in all of The Sims 4. I just love the style of those buildings. The Tudor style is so cool because we don't have anything else like that. I do use a lot of the clothing items and the furniture and the club system. I love the club system that came with this pack. I use it all the time, even just like so my children can meet other kids or just the smallest things. So for me, it's a need. I literally use it almost every single time I play The Sims. Now we're going back to another string of stuff packs. First off, Vintage Glamour. For me, I don't own this pack, but it's gonna go in my buy. I think I would only buy this pack if I could get a really good sale on it, because otherwise, I mean, the clothing item is pretty cute, but the main gameplay is butlers. We already have maids in the game, so like, do I really need to spend $10 for just butlers? No, so that's why it's gonna go in my buy for now. Okay, now we got Bowling Night. This is gonna go in my buy. Sole reason I haven't bought it is because the only thing I would want it for is the bowling aspect. And I don't see myself, at least as of my fun, as my bank account right now says, I can't spend $10 just for a bowling aspect, since I don't like any of the build buy. The next one, Fitness Stuff Pack. For me, it's gonna have to go die before buy. The only thing, I don't like any of the cast items or any of the build buy. And the main like gameplay item is a rock climbing wall. And now that we have Snowy Escape, there's really not a purpose for like a rock climbing wall, for me at least. Next stuff pack, Toddler Stuff. And since I said I'm a family game player, it's gonna go and need it. All of the toddler clothes are super cute. I literally use this pack almost every single gameplay. Like, I use all the build buy. So I would very much suggest this game pack. I love it so much. Our next game pack is Laundry Day. I believe Laundry Day was the very first game pack that like Simmers were allowed to vote on what we wanted for a game pack. Because I remember voting. I do own this pack, but I don't ever use the gameplay of laundry ever. So because of that, I'm gonna have to put it in meh. Sadly, I do love the cast items and I use the build mode items all the time. But since I don't use the gameplay of the laundry, because I just always found laundry and stuff, even in The Sims 3, just very tedious. So I just don't play with it. So it's just gonna have to go in meh for me. Next, my first pet stuff. This is gonna have to go die before buy. If you're not into The Sims 4, the reason this is gonna go and die before buy is because it's a DLC for DLC. So you have to have The Sims 4 pets in order to use all the items from The Sims 4 My First Pet stuff. I'm never gonna buy it. Waste of money. Okay, the next pack is Moschino stuff. This might be a bit of a controversial opinion, but it's gonna go and need it. I know this is gonna be very much almost a waste of money because I don't use the cast items or build items, but the photography, how they completely updated the photography system for this pack, how you're allowed to have poses with this pack, is the sole reason it goes and need it, because I love that system so much that I love taking photos of my Sims and hanging it in their house, and without that system their photos would be boring. So that's why it's a need. The next one, tiny living, another need. Honestly, I use tiny homes all the time. I love the cast items and the build items, and I feel like it was a really good value for my money. The next pack was also another Simmer voted community pack, Nifty Knitting. And Nifty Knitting, for me, is gonna go and need it. I actually knit and crochet myself. And so I find myself using these items all the time because I myself would love to have these items that are in this game. So I know a lot of people don't care for it as much, but I use it in my gameplay all the time. The last final stuff pack we're gonna rate, Paranormal. I don't have Paranormal, but I would buy. I love the cast and build items so much for this pack, but I just don't have the funds for it right now. So it's just gonna have to stay in might buy. So we're gonna have a string of expansion packs now. First off, City Living. And that's gonna have to go and need it. I love San Myshuno and the clothing items that come with this pack. And if we're gonna be honest, a lot of the hottest Sim 4 males come from this pack. So it's gonna have to be a need. The next expansion, Pets. Another need. Because honestly, I am an animal person myself, and I love my families to have pets. So I use the pets, I use the clothing, and I use the furniture. So it's gonna be a need. Now we're on to seasons, which is gonna be another need. Because The Sims 4 was so boring without any seasons. Literally, it was just sunny every single day, no change at all. Now we have all seasons, weather, and holidays. If I were to have to buy all the Sims 4 packs again, I could not see myself not playing The Sims 4 without seasons. It would have to be in there because it would be too boring otherwise. Next is Get Famous. It's gonna have to go in meh. I do love the acting career and the celebrity aspect of this pack, but the furniture items are just not my style. So it's gonna have to go in meh. So we're on to Island Living. I don't own this pack, and I've contemplated getting this pack multiple times because I do love the world that comes with it, and the cast and build items are really cool. But it comes with the mermaid life state, and the mermaid life state just sucks compared to vampires and spellcasters. So it's still going to be in a might buy for me. I just haven't decided if it's worth it to spend my money on it yet or not. Okay, Discover University. It's gonna be another need for me because I love taking my Sims to university. It's one of my favorite things to do when they're young adults. I use the cast and build by all the time in all of my gameplays, so it's gonna be a need for me. Next, we got Eco Lifestyle. I don't own this expansion pack, but I've considered it before because the world is really cool and I do like the aspect of being able to use like save power and water, but I just can't see myself using much else from that pack. So that's one of the main reasons I haven't bought it yet. The next one they have on here is just a free holiday stuff. I'm just gonna go with meh, because I occasionally use it, but I'm like, I just have it because it's free, you know? On to the next one, My Wedding Stories. If you don't know the drama that happened behind this pack, when it first came out, it was completely broken. Your Sims couldn't even have weddings. I think they fixed it a little bit, but I've still seen some glitches from it. So it would go in my buy. I do like the concept of being able to have more detailed weddings, but I don't want to spend money on something that's possibly not going to work for me. Next game pack, Werewolves. I don't own this one, but it will have to go in my buy. I like everything that comes with this pack. I just haven't bought it solely because I don't have the funds. Okay, the next expansion pack, High School Years. This is the last pack I bought for The Sims 4, and I've been playing with it a tiny bit, and it's gonna have to be a need for me. I am a sucker for anything family gameplay wise, so being able to have so much more for your teens to do and be able to get involved in, and not only the cast and build items, I love them so much. It's a pack that I cannot see myself playing without. The next, Growing Together. I don't have this one, but I might buy it. As I've said before, I'm much of a family gameplay person, but it's in my buy solely because of the funds aspect. Okay, our final pack I'm going to rate, Horse Ranch. I wish I had a thing between might buy and die before buy, because solely I don't see myself absolutely loving it. I feel like if I bought Horse Ranch, it would just go in meh. So because of that, I'm gonna put it in might buy. I know that's kind of crazy, but I feel like if I had money to buy it and I had everything else, like all of the other these before, and I wanted to buy something, I would buy it. But I feel like it would be on the bottom of my list of what I would buy first, you know? So this is my tier list for all of the Sims 4 pack. Let me know down below if you agree with me or if there's anything you completely disagree on. But thanks for watching my video. I'll see y'all maybe next time. We'll see with my motivation or not. Bye!